Hey, welcome back everybody. I am the Gerbil. In today's video, I want to talk about this, how to beat one-shot Profundity using Home 1 without Houndsman Falcon, Y-Wing, or Outrider, which leaves your own Profundity fleet intact for GAC. Now, it's not actually that complicated, but there are definitely some potential RNGs that can get in the way, and I'm pretty confident about this being close to 100%. So let's jump into the game. I will actually play one right now, show you how it works, and then I will go back through and show you some video play where RNG goes south and where it's easy to make some mistakes. So here we go. Thank you, Grant Omega, Fleet Shard member. Grant, you are awesome. He's been leaving Profundity on there all day for me to practice this and figure out exactly how it works. We're going to go in with Biston, Ghost, and the Raven's Claw. This is your starting lineup. In reserves, the only thing that really matters is that you got B-Wing. Now that could be 3-star, low relic. It doesn't matter. I don't think it really matters. There are some situations where you do want some higher firepower out of it, some oomph, which means higher stars, higher relic is going to be better. Mine is 6 stars and only, 6 stars. Drogon is relic 8, so that is good to go, but the 7-star is definitely going to make this counter even easier. And then you need TIE Bomber. Now what's important to remember is that the B-Wing being in reserve with no scoundrels on the battlefield deployed enable you to turn 0 call a reinforcement. But what you're going to do is you're going to call in the B-Wing, you can call in the TIE Bomber, not the B-Wing, and then you're just going to basic. And that basic is going to apply target lock, which is then going to allow your Raven's Claw to double tap, calling an assist. You've also applied burn to everybody. The trick here really is consistently keeping that target lock on the target. The first couple turns of Profundity doesn't really matter. Now, once it's healed up, taking its first turn, then you are going to start laying into it with everything you can. So we're going to go with the AoE from Home 1. We're going to use Ghost to call everybody to assist over there. We are not going to apply burning with the TIE Bomber. We just want to keep that target lock on it. That was so close. Here you go, Biston. Need a big hit, buddy. And down goes the Y-Wing. Once that happens, it's fairly smooth sailing. Now, once the Rogue One comes out, then you're going to want to start to apply burning for the first time from the TIE Bomber special, not its entry. For our second reinforcement, I'm going to go ahead and call. Now, you can go either way, Cassian or the B-Wing. I think this is easier with the B-Wing because it's going to allow Home 1 to immediately take a second turn. It's a bonus turn, not turn meter. Now, right here is in counterintuitive action. You do not actually want to ultimate. It's not going to do you any good. While the ultimate does allow you to reset your cooldowns normally and take 2 turns back to back, it grants turn meter, not bonus turn meter, and Profundity stops that. So instead, what we want to do is have 2 ships attack out a turn, and we want to spam the board with AoE damage. This is actually the only way we're going to kill the Rogue One sitting there. So at this point, we're going to start doing our AoEs. And just like that, we got rid of 1. We're going to reapply our burn. And the reason I could target the Rogue One was because both of these were non-targetable, so they kind of negate each other. We're going to keep going. Even though I could triple tap him, he's going to probably twist just like that. So I actually just want to keep those AoEs going from Raven's Claw. Okay, Phantom, that's annoying. It slows us down a little bit. I am going to heal the Ghost. I could just basic, and that's probably the right move, but I want to keep people alive. Now this is that situation where higher relic star levels probably helping, because the B-Wing is going to kill the Rogue One. And got it because of the burn. There it is. Now, this little thingy mud bobber here is fairly worthless, especially as Profundity, because it's a turn meter advantage thing and can't do it. So just basic. And do we have target lock? Unfortunately, no. So we're just going to basic. Doesn't matter anyway. Now we apply target lock. Yep, that's fine. Basic's just going to win. Normally, you'd want to get target lock on him. When I say win, I mean kill the target. We're going to probably get Ghost. Okay, that's fine. Now, if the TIE Bomber dies, that's fine. Here, for lack of a better option, I'm going to go ahead and ultimate. Now, we do not get the bonus turn meter, but what happens is when they take a turn, their cooldowns will reset. So the next time Ghost comes around, its cooldown should be reset. This can be the same for everybody. Hey, there goes the Ghost. And now we're just going to go ahead and put target lock on him so that the Raven's Claw will get those assists. And what's he doing? Doesn't matter. We lost a ship. That's a bummer. But hey, you know what? I'm going to just call Cassian just because overkill is underrated. And we're going to target Biston, old school. Almost got him. And see those cooldowns? Like I said, they got reset. So here we go. Target everybody. And there's the win. So this has been consistent. I am 9 out of 10 attempts at this lineup strategy and winning today. 9 out of 10. The one loss was epically bad RNG. I don't think that is, like, it was really impressive. Unfortunately, I didn't record it, so I don't have that one. But I did record my first 10 consecutive battles today. So let's go over and look at how this works real quick. So this one is in video, so I will stop, pause, and play as we go along, but you're going to see basically the same thing. So let's do it. So first things first, battle starts, and once again, we're going to call in the TIE Bomber. That TIE Bomber, when it comes in, it's going to inflict burning across everybody. And right here, there's a couple things. First off, you don't want to AoE because you're going to waste it. The enemy's already burned. The burning prevents them from assisting each other, which is going to slow down their offensive power, and it's going to slow down the Profundity's download speed so that they don't ultimate on it. The second thing that's going to happen is we are going to basic, and this is very important. The basic is very important from TIE Bomber. Why is it so important? Because a couple of things are going to happen with that. With the TIE Bomber, where is he? There he is. The basic, first off, cannot be avoided. See, deal physical damage target, inflict target lock on them, which cannot be resisted by rebels. So that target lock cannot be resisted, and it is critical to your success here. Like, you have to maintain that for its first 2 turns. Partly is because whenever you inflict target lock on an enemy, what happens is the Raven's Claw picks up 50 speed and foresight. That 50 speed is going to guarantee the Raven's Claw goes next. It's going to jump it to the fastest ship in the game. If you look right now, none of these none of these ships have turn meter. So when it calculates speed at turn 1, once turn meter goes into effect, to figure out who goes, the Raven's Claw is going to be at the top. It's going to be like 220-ish speed, I think, making it the fastest ship in the game. So the TIE Bomber coming out triggers the target lock, guaranteeing the Raven's Claw goes next. If your Raven's Claw doesn't go next, check your mods, check your gear levels. You have a very slow Raven's Claw. So higher relic levels certainly is going to help. All right, from here, you do not want to AoE because you cannot manipulate turn meter, and you want to save those AoEs. Any damage you do to the Falcon and the Outrider right now will be healed. What you do want to do is basic, because it is going to attack a second time. It is going to dispel if they have anything, which we don't care about. And it is going to call a non-scoundrel ally, rebel ally, to assist, which you hopefully, it doesn't actually matter. If you have high relics on both of these, they're both going to do a lot of damage, but truth be told, Biston does more. So we are just going to basic. That's going to double tap from the claw, and we're going to get an assist over here. The claw itself doesn't do much damage. Now they're going to throw out missiles. The Profundity is going to like do whatever it does. Here is really important. Like in the beginning, every phase, every step is important. With Biston, you absolutely must use the special. You'll notice that the Y-Wing has lost the target lock, which now slows down your Raven's Claw and strips away the bonus calling and assist. And since he also probably has lost foresight, he is no longer going to double tap. So with Biston, you really want to make sure that you are reapplying target lock with the second special. It cannot be evaded or resisted, similar to the TIE Bomber. So you're guaranteeing to put the target lock back on, and Raven's Claw gets a boast. Now also, that puts Biston under stealth for 2 turns, which is great. Ignore the turn meter, doesn't matter. Now, if you get to do this again while he's stealth, he gains offense up, which is actually nice because that does work out at some point if the game gets protracted between Ghost putting him in stealth and then him reapplying it. So that's nice. But we're just going to go ahead and we're going to target lock. The Falcon's going to dance. He's going to do a nice blue animation. And now we are ready to AoE. So we're going to get 2 allies to attack. If you're lucky, it'll be the claw, which will call another assist. So you're going to get 3 attacks. If you're lucky, up to 5 attacks. With the Ghost, we are just going to target Biston, who's in stealth, to attack, and that Ghost ability is going to call basically all rebels to assist. So pew pew pew, look at all that protection up we've got. Now then, at this point, you're back to the TIE Bomber. It's actually okay. Like, I've experimented trying to heal it and do all kinds of stuff. Don't worry about it. Generally, it should be perfectly fine. You are going to basic again to reapply the target lock. Do not AoE to reapply burn. You need to save that until the Rogue One comes out. So we're just going to basic. Once again, we got target lock, and if all goes well, this happens right there. That is your big hope. If it doesn't happen, then you're gonna have to rely on Biston trying to shoot it, or bring in Cassian and double tap it with Cassian's like guaranteed critical hit. Either way, that gets scary, but it's happened many, many times. I'll show you some bad RNG in a second. Now, once the Y-Wing is out and the Rogue One comes in, you notice the TIE Bomber, for some reason, he just keeps hanging on. It doesn't really matter if it dies or not. It's actually perfectly fine if it does. It's nice to be able to AoE again, but that's okay. Here I call in my B-Wing, and I'm just going to do the first special. I don't even know what it does, don't care, except that it will call 1 assist, and it's a small AoE, so I think it put a little bit of damage across the board. Don't care. Now, on Home One's first bonus turn, first, it's actually the second, I guess, on the bonus turn that the B-Wing enables, again, you do not want to ultimate because it just doesn't do anything with the prevention of turn meter game. Instead, we're going to redo the AoE. Now notice this is back-to-back AoEs because of the B-Wing. So we're going to get everybody to, well, we're going to get 2 of them to, wow, I healed. Wow, that was unexpected. Normally I would not do that. I'm actually quite shocked. You want to AoE. If we had AoE'd, we probably just would have killed the Outrider. That's fine though, we're doing okay. So I healed Ghost. The TIE Bomber got to take a turn. We applied the burn. And now, because we do not have target lock on the Outrider, the smart thing will be to AoE, slowly whittling down the Rogue One, which we do that. Okay, he's gonna heal everyone up a little bit, and Biston's just gonna delete it. We get a little jiggle there, which is truly worthless also from the Falcon's perspective. Man, that bomber stays in the fight. Okay, we're gonna AoE here, still continuing to hit the Rogue One, ever so slowly grinding down on it. We got a couple of assists out of turn. That's great. Now we're gonna do an AoE again from the B-Wing. Just AoE madness at this point. And we're gonna AoE here again. And goodbye Rogue One, goodbye Phantom, and voila, it is down 5 versus 1. That's it. So this has been the pattern that I've been able to replicate, like I said, just consistently over and over again. Now, sometimes RNG does get really annoying and that Y-Wing is persistent and doesn't die. If that's the case, you are indeed in trouble, right? So here we go. This is where I said earlier, if it doesn't die, but we got, like here we can see what's going to happen. This is where you do need high relic Biston crew. Like Biston hits really hard, like super, super hard. I have honestly seen my Biston hit for close to 200k in this game. So it's Biston's turn and we are probably going to not delete it, but that's what you're hoping for. So this is where things do go south, right? We're still going to win this one. Like I said, it's not the end of the game if you don't kill it, but you got to take it out. In this case, I'm going to call in Cassian, not because the Cassian is better. The B-Wing is a better ship, but Cassian's second special here is going to call a targeted assist with like insane amounts of bonuses. Let's just jump over and see that real quick. So here it is. It is 30% critical damage, doubled for rebels, and a guaranteed critical hit. So it's actually 60% bonus critical damage, guaranteed critical hit. So doing that, especially with Biston with offense up, we're going to target Biston and just delete that B-Wing or Y-Wing, and still it didn't die. And notice it didn't critical hit, despite it being a guaranteed critical hit. Don't you love that? critical hits can be resisted. I had no idea. But the burn got it, so that's fine. We did what we needed. Now, in this situation, this was bad RNG. We had to call in Cassian. We are now going to switch from individual mass assist and targeting of the Y-Wing to AoEing, try to taking out the Rogue One, while also focusing all of our attention on the Outrider. So there's a nice little AoE. We're going to reapply that burn finally. Now they cannot assist each other. Yep, that's worthless. We're going to... That was a mistake, but hey, look, it worked out. We went after the... Oh, because he had target lock, so I was hoping to kill him and it worked. Okay, at this point, doesn't really matter what we're doing, but I'm going to go ahead and probably heal just because we can. Getting rid of the Falcon is just like, yeah, you win. Okay, so we're just going to basics. It's our only option. Probably just basic again. Yeah, no, okay. Put some debuffs on him. Tenacity down. Since the Falcon's gone, those debuffs are not going to fall off. See how they're just surviving all these hits? This is where that RNG, like I said, not so good. That's okay. Now, here is the real annoyance. I was like, Grant, bro, please take out the Mark 6. So if the Mark 6 is in the reserve, you're in trouble. This thing is just going to protect the Rogue One. It's going to hide. Anything in stealth is going to hide. The Falcon is going to hide. And you're just going to have to go after this thing forever. And it just keeps reaccumulating stacks. Fortunately, I managed to get past it this time. But twice before when that Mark 6 came out, I did lose. So why is the Mark 6 there? It's for a counter against Leviathan. That's, as far as I know, that's pretty much it. Or I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know why it's there. But it's there. It's a counter for something. What matters is in Grand Arena, it's not going to be there. If your opponent has Leviathan, it won't be there. It's going to be with Leviathan. It has to be with Leviathan. So in Grand Arena, that does not matter. But I'm going to go ahead and speed this up because we're just going to target it every which way we can. We cannot hit the Rogue One. Home One goes chasing the decoy, unfortunately. We're just going to keep going pew, 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 pew. And we're going to have to hope to survive. And just spoiler, we do. There goes Ghost. Yep, assist just to hit that. Come on, get it down. Get it down. Time is crunching. Burn goes back. And there it is. The win. All right, so like I actually, like I said, I recorded this 8-10 times today. And yeah. I could talk forever, folks, but I know it doesn't really do much good. If you really want to see, though, how to lose, here we go. Here's how to lose. So you call in the TIE Bomber, you basic, you get the target lock, you double tap, they do their things, then you go into stealth. Everything is going right so far. But then, instead of AoEing, I try to protect the TIE Bomber. This is when I was experimenting. I was like, can the TIE Bomber survive 2 more turns before it applies burn? So first thing I do is I do not mass assist. Instead, I go for the heal. That is a mistake right there because you have to kill the Y-Wing quickly. If you don't kill that, your chances of winning go way, way, way down. And so what happens is losing the mass assist means I lost 3, potentially 5 attacks because of this guy, which means he still has plenty of protection even after those attacks, and we're in trouble. Secondly, I then applied the burn too early. You need to wait until the Rogue One comes on the board. That was my second mistake. And then there are even more mistakes down the road. But suffice it to say, when you play wrong, you get the wrong outcome that you want, right? So even though like look, that looks pretty good, right? That looks pretty good. No, it falls apart pretty quickly, right? Like look, Ghost is about to die. This thing is gonna protect. I can't get past the Mark 6. Hans William Falcon is untargetable. Rogue One is untargetable. Ghost and TIE Bomber are both about to die. He's going to recover stacks. There goes the bomber. And now there goes Home One, which means no more reinforcements. If this continues, I die. So, yep, there it is, folks. That's how things can go wrong. But seriously, using the strategy and assuming you have relatively good relic levels, and I can just go ahead and show you my relic levels. Where's my... There it is. I'll show you my relic levels. you should be able to win with close to, if not very close to 100% win rate with a little bit of practice. So let's see here, ships, and let's isolate rebels. So again, 6-star B1, Relic 8 Drogon, that doesn't matter, that doesn't matter. Cassian does not matter. The only thing it does is call a target assist from Biston and cleanse the board. Relic levels otherwise don't matter. More is better, more survivability, more speed, but doesn't matter. Ghost, you really do want high relics to put out the damage. Like the Ghost offensive damage is really, really staggeringly good, especially once you get offense up and stuff. So yeah, you really do want those. I know it's a hard investment, especially Zeb. Good news is there's a Rise of the Territory, Rise of the Empire territory battle mission for Zeb. Not mission, but like platoon deployment for Zeb, so that's good. You can be a hero within your guild. Phantom I'm not using. Biston, this is the one that, like I said, he's the hardest hitting, despite his damage output at 11,000 being a lot lower than Ghosts. He hits harder in the long run, I think, but he does not have the AoE that Ghost does. So I got Relic 7s on both of those. I will be taking them both up to Relic 8, potentially 9, just for the lulz, but who knows? Maybe I'll do that in a year or two. And then this is where you need that bonus speed. So you can see my Kyle is at Relic 8. And so I got 175 speed, which means if he gains 50 speed, he goes to 225 speed. And that's, again, that's at Relic 8. And just for funsies, if we sort all fleet ships by speed, TIE Defender, of course, who will be in the reserve, is 215. So that shows here how the 214, that pretty easily shows how the Raven's Claw becomes the fastest ship in the game. Even Snips, like she's really, really fast at 203. No, I thought she was even faster than that. First order ships are pretty fast. TIE Silencer, TIE Fighter, but he's like, what, 205? Obviously slower because I sorted by speed. So anyway, folks, there you go. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like, hit the sub, please, please, please. And I will catch you all later on the battlefield. Alrighty, bye-bye.